The Art of Manipulation by R.B. Sparkman. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get everything they want from others, while no matter how hard you try, you end up with nothing? What is it that you need to learn in order to persuade people to give you what you want? Do you believe that convincing others to act according to your wishes is impossible? Every human being possesses unique traits. By carefully observing people and making an effort to truly understand them, you can learn how to influence them, control outcomes, and ultimately obtain what you desire. This skill is known as the art of manipulation, or simply the ability to handle people. Only about 5% of people ever truly master this skill. Manipulation itself is neither good nor bad. It can be used for good or for harm. Everything depends on the intention of the person using these tactics. In this summary, you will learn how to achieve anything you want, whether it relates to your business, personal life, or love life. You will discover powerful strategies to influence people effortlessly, without force or pressure. These strategies will help you gain control over people and situations. You will also learn how to protect yourself from manipulators and deceitful individuals. This knowledge can save you from emotional and financial harm and help you transform from a naive person into someone aware, alert, and wise. On this journey, you will understand how manipulation helps people survive in the real world. You will learn how manipulators gain power, control others, and use influence to rise above the rest. So ask yourself, are you ready to inspire trust, persuade others, influence decisions, and achieve what you truly want, so that your business, personal life, and love life can become successful? This summary will place you among the 5% of people who truly understand the art of manipulation. Lesson number 1. Character types to watch out for. In the world we live in, you will encounter clever and manipulative people who survive by using innocent and naive individuals. This reality should encourage you to learn how to protect yourself from being used or fooled by others. By understanding the character traits of such people, you can stay away from them and prevent yourself from becoming their victim. You should pay close attention to people who explain things excessively. Such individuals often try to compensate for a lack of trustworthiness. You must be alert around them because they may be attempting to deceive you with lies. People who repeat the same explanations again and again are often dishonest. They overload you with details so that you feel reassured and stop questioning their story. One effective way to uncover a person's true nature is to listen to their story more than once. The way they narrate the same incident again will help you determine whether they are telling the truth. When listening, compare both versions carefully and see whether the story remains consistent or changes. Another important rule is this: never trust someone who lies to others. If a person is capable of lying to someone else, they are equally capable of lying to you. You should also be cautious of people who claim that they once had a lot of money but lost it all. This often indicates that the person you are dealing with may not be truthful. While it is possible that someone genuinely went bankrupt, wisdom suggests that you should avoid any financial dealings with such individuals. Taking financial advice from someone who is weak in managing their own finances is not intelligent. You must also stay alert around incompetent individuals. If someone is not capable of handling basic responsibilities, they will not be able to manage a business effectively. In any business, managing every important detail is difficult. A truly intelligent person focuses their attention and concentration on the most critical problems rather than neglecting essentials. R.B. Sparkman once knew a man named Hardy who proved that people who constantly repeat their claims are often liars. Hardy called Sparkman from jail after being arrested for public intoxication. He asked Sparkman to post his bail, claiming that Sparkman was his only true friend. Hardy repeatedly assured Sparkman that he would never regret helping him. He promised to repay the money as soon as he received funds. Trusting his words, Sparkman posted Hardy's bail. However, Hardy fled the city without returning a single penny. Despite Hardy's repeated reassurances, there was no truth in his words. Everything he said was a lie. People like Hardy are exactly the kind you must protect yourself from. They should never be trusted. By staying alert and exercising caution, you can avoid being fooled and prevent yourself from becoming their victim. Lesson number 2. How to make a slave out of a person. If you believe that treating someone kindly at all times will automatically produce the results you expect, then you are mistaken. You must always remember that people desire most intensely what they have never been able to obtain. Constantly and repeatedly giving them hope and reassurance is what turns someone into an effective manipulator. To apply this strategy successfully, you must follow 2 steps. First, give the person you want to manipulate exactly what they desire. By doing so, you create a predictable pattern. Second, observe that person closely once they begin to fall under your control, and notice the distress they experience when you suddenly stop giving them what they want. Whenever you feel that the person has started taking you for granted, take that reward away. This tactic triggers a deep part of human nature, the desire for what one does not have. This manipulation strategy can be applied in your personal life, business life, and love life. When R.B. Sparkman was 18 years old, he dated a beautiful young woman. During one of their dates, Sparkman noticed that she was trying to hide an injury beneath her left eye. When he asked her about it, she was honest enough to tell him the entire truth. She explained that she had been in a relationship with a man named Bill. Their relationship had ended and restarted multiple times. Although she knew Bill was not worthy of her, she still could not leave him. Bill frequently abused her physically. Eventually, she decided to leave him and spoke to him about it. However, before she could go, Bill asked her for one last kiss. That kiss lasted 5 minutes, and soon they became close again. It was clear that the woman was now under Bill's control. Bill was manipulating her using irregular reinforcement, also known as intermittent reinforcement. At first, he treated her like a queen, then caused her pain, and eventually began to take her for granted. Let us understand this situation more deeply. The woman's condition was very similar to that of a pigeon used in a scientific experiment. Inside the pigeon's cage was a liver that the pigeon had to peck in order to receive food. When food was provided regularly, the pigeon pecked calmly and with little force. However, when food was given unpredictably rather than daily, the pigeon became anxious and started pecking the lever more aggressively. This concept is known as intermittent reinforcement, and it served as motivation for the pigeon. Interestingly, numerous studies have proven that intermittent reinforcement works on humans as well. The same thing happened between Bill and the woman. Bill used intermittent reinforcement on her, which made her emotionally obsessed with him. For a short period, he treated her well, and then he caused her pain again. The woman could not understand her true place or value in Bill's life. As a result, she became desperate to obtain what she did not have: Bill's love. She was unaware that Bill was exploiting her and that she had become nothing more than a puppet in his hands. She was blinded by her feelings for him and, despite the abuse, did not want to lose him. Lesson number 3. And the meek shall manipulate the world. When a person behaves as if they know everything, it is a clear sign that you are dealing with someone lacking true intelligence. In reality, the person who admits that they know nothing often turns out to be the smartest. When you want to gain control, appearing soft or gentle is one of the most effective tactics. You can present yourself as someone who avoids arguments and conflict. keep your body posture relaxed and non-threatening. Once people realize that you know a lot, they may begin using both your successes and failures against you. Your failures will be mocked, and your success will make some people resent you. Moreover, when you appear as someone who knows everything, your manipulation strategy is likely to fail. People may accuse you of trying to use them, and they may reject you outright, without even giving you a chance, before your plan can move forward. Successful manipulation depends largely on how well it is concealed. By acting naive or unaware, you give no indication that you are manipulating anyone. When people perceive you as gentle and non-confrontational, they are more likely to step forward to help you. In some cases, they may even share information with you, information that can later be used to influence them. They share these details because they believe you would never argue or fight with them. A gentle person who openly accepts that they need improvement has a much higher chance of success. Your skills and abilities continue to grow because you do not assume that you already know everything. R.B. Sparkman learned the power of being gentle from a man who had successfully sold vacuum cleaners, cars, and restaurant equipment. That man once said that anyone who believes they know a great deal is easily fooled. If you want to take money from such people, he said, it is remarkably easy. Sparkman did not pay much attention to this advice at first, until he heard the same idea repeated by other successful individuals. One millionaire once said that he was not foolish enough to blindly believe everything he was told. He also said that he was still learning something new every day, and that no one should ever consider themselves too smart to keep learning. Sparkman received this advice while attending that millionaire's management training program. At the time, Sparkman had recently graduated and believed he possessed a great deal of knowledge. However, hearing these words forced him to question himself. He wondered why he believed he knew everything, when a man earning millions openly admitted that he still had much left to learn. Lesson number 4. How to avoid being taken in financial dealings. Money brings power, and the person who controls money holds influence. You must always be mindful of where your money is going, and you should never spend it until you receive what you want in return. This strategy can be applied to business deals as well as any kind of financial transaction. The principle is simple. If you give money without first receiving a service or product, the chances of being deceived increase significantly. Once someone already has your money, they may fail to fulfill their promise. Therefore, to stay safe, always obtain what you want before allowing another person to keep your money. In most ordinary transactions, the amount of money involved is relatively small. In such cases, going to court or spending time trying to recover the money often becomes more expensive than the loss itself. Most cheaters do not have money of their own, so even if you win a court case, they may not be able to repay you. In many situations, both parties end up losing money, while lawyers profit from the dispute. These are some of the reasons why, once you give money to a fraudster, recovering it becomes extremely difficult. This is why you must act carefully and think ahead in all financial dealings. R.B. Sparkman himself once fell into this trap and lost $800 to his roommate. At the time, Sparkman's roommate was running a carpet business. Sparkman considered his roommate a friend, so he paid $600 in advance for carpet installation in his home. After receiving the money, their friendship began to fall apart. Despite the advance payment, Sparkman never received the carpet. Without informing him, the roommate also took an additional $200. The apartment's phone line was registered in Sparkman's name, and the roommate made long-distance calls for an entire month. As a result, a large bill of $200 was generated, which Sparkman was forced to pay. One day, Sparkman realized that his roommate now held a total of $800 belonging to him. He tried calling him, but the roommate refused to answer. Frustrated, Sparkman decided to transfer the apartment lease into his roommate's name, planning to move out after a few months. On April 30th, Sparkman signed the lease transfer. After that, his roommate's behavior changed dramatically. He no longer treated Sparkman like a roommate, but like an animal. With control of the lease, the roommate became even more powerful. Sparkman demanded that his roommate at least repay $200, but instead, the roommate ordered him to pack all his belongings within an hour. At midnight on April 30th, Sparkman was forced out of the apartment. With no other option, he left his furniture on the street and moved into a motel. Sparkman had become powerless against his roommate, simply because $800 had slipped out of his hands. Lesson number 5: manipulating someone's thinking. The most effective way to manipulate people is to first decide whose mind you can change and whose you cannot. It is a complete truth that you cannot manipulate someone unless they like you. Therefore, focus on manipulating those who like you and respect you. If you try to manipulate someone who is not friendly toward you, all your time, effort, and patience will be wasted. Moreover, whenever you attempt to change such a person, they are likely to argue with you. No matter what you do, you will never be able to change their mind. Before the conversation turns into an argument, you must stop trying and step back. Always remember, you can only convince people who like you and respect you. That is why you should apply this rule only to people with whom you already share a friendly relationship. To manipulate someone successfully, you must first build a good relationship with them. Only then can you influence or control them. At the age of 20, R.B. Sparkman worked as a car salesman, a job he deeply disliked. He was unable to sell cars and quickly became frustrated. After working for a few weeks, he decided to quit. However, Sparkman continued going to work because his paycheck was due in a week. Since he believed he would soon leave the job anyway, he stopped trying to sell cars altogether. Surprisingly, this was when he began selling cars successfully. One day, a customer walked in, and Sparkman simply introduced himself. He did not talk about selling a car or discuss business. He only suggested a test drive and said very little about the vehicle. Instead, he asked the customer about his family and children. It never occurred to him that being friendly with customers could help him earn money. From that moment on, Sparkman began treating his customers in a friendly manner. He became skilled at selling cars and eventually started enjoying his job. By treating his customers as friends, he discovered that selling cars became much easier. Sparkman decided to continue selling cars using this new approach. He abandoned his old sales tactics and focused on building friendships with his customers. As a result, making money became far easier for him. Conclusion. In this summary, you have learned about different types of human character so that you can protect yourself from deception. People who excessively reassure you or try too hard to please you are often dishonest. Those who repeatedly talk about money they once had and lost are also, in most cases, not truthful. When you recognize these traits in someone, it is wiser to keep your distance. You have learned about intermittent reinforcement, also known as irregular reinforcement. Human beings desire most strongly what they do not have. When someone is given happiness at times and pain at other times, they may become desperate to earn approval or affection, often at any cost. You have also discovered how people can be manipulated successfully through subtle and hidden methods. The most effective approach is to appear naive or gentle. This strategy gives the other person no indication of your intentions or goals and prevents them from suspecting that they are being influenced. You learned that money carries power, and the person who controls money holds strength. You should never give money to anyone until you have received the product or service you expect in return. You also learned the importance of knowing whose mind can be changed and whose cannot. People who like you and respect you are far easier to influence. Therefore, before attempting to persuade or manipulate anyone, it is essential to first build a friendly relationship with them. Most importantly, you must believe in your own ability to influence others. Understanding human nature has become essential for survival and self-protection in today's world. How you choose to use this knowledge is entirely up to you. You can apply it for harmful purposes, or you can use it ethically to protect yourself and even prevent others from becoming victims. When used wisely, these principles can help you achieve success and accomplish significant goals in life. We hope you choose the right path. Finally, if you have reached the end of this summary, congratulations. Very few people invest their time in gaining knowledge. You could have wasted this time elsewhere, but instead, you chose to learn. That choice alone already sets you apart. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this.